Yeah, I mean, in fact, like from the Sims community, we ended up hiring several people from the Sims community that were really great at character creation and object creation. So I think there's that aspect of it. But also I think the designer is now more in the role of an architect. Like it's more like we're designing a playground. And the players go in and make up games on the playground. We kind of give them the space to do it in, in the tools. Well, they share a lot of things. They have characters and settings, and a lot of them, 3D stuff. But I think they're still fundamentally different art forms. I think games primarily the player wants to be driving the story, and in a film, the writer is driving the story. And that's a pretty fundamental difference. Yeah. So either the player is driving the story or not. If they're not, then they have no freedom in the game. If they are driving it, then the role of the writer. You might have a director still in a game that's sitting there figuring out the best way to present it, and it might be observing what the player does and decides, oh, it's a comedy, let's have a laugh track, or it's a horror, let's make, it could be changing the environment to fit the genre that the player is going towards.
Yeah.
So you might still have a cinematographer in a game, you might still have a director and a scorer, but the writer really wants to be the player. No, I think you're always going to have single-player games, you're going to have multiplayer games, and you're going to have, suppose like a hybrid. It's an asynchronous multiplayer game. It's like the difference between Facebook and Second Life. Okay, Second Life is, head-to-head synchronous. For a lot of people, they want that very intense experience. But for most people, an asynchronous model like Facebook is more comfortable. I can go visit your Facebook page even when you're asleep, right? I just think that's an area that hasn't been explored at all in games, is the asynchronous model, that in-between space.